I don't know how many of you guys remember The Snowy Day by Ezra Jack Keats, but this was one of my favorite books growing up. Now, a little context, Ezra was one of the first authors to kind of like use urban settings as his background, whether that was the characters he chose or the places that they came from. And The Snowy Day itself, like the plot really isn't much. It's just a little black boy enjoying a snowy day, quite literally. But it gave me a personal kind of joy to know that my children are free to be children in this way, where they can just enjoy a good snow day and just be. And so his theory was that if we could see each other exactly how the other is, if we could see the humanity of others, this would be a different world. So anyway, if you've never read one of his books, I highly recommend you do. And welcome to my snow day. I already knew that my snow day was going to consist of a lot of sleeping and cuddling and movie watching because Papa is out of school, and so I get to have an extra day with my littles. So I knocked out as many of the dishes that I could before I went into making our first little meal of the day. When my kids are all home at the same time, I already know what that means. That means mom is in the kitchen, glued to the kitchen, does not leave the kitchen. So the kitchen has to be clean before we even get started on anything else. So for breakfast, I decided to do simple eggs, sausage, and for the grown-ups, we did English muffins. For the kids, I made them pancakes, but went ahead and got that out of the way so that I could get into a very important chunk of my day. I always make sure that I feed the littles before I take any me time so that their tummies are full and they are at least a little happy. I've really been wanting to tell you guys about my UX journey. So I am halfway through my modules. It's officially been about a month and a week now that I have been training with my coach, and it's been such an amazing experience. I'm learning so much. I'm looking at the world differently. I think going into marketing, I found myself in marketing because I wanted to be a publicist so bad. Had no idea what a publicist did. And so I had to intern, I had to do apprenticeships, I had to work jobs that I absolutely hated to learn about marketing, the skill, the craft, and all of the things. By the time I was making money and having clients, I didn't really understand the structure of how this was supposed to exist. I just knew I was good at a thing, and I knew that people were paying me for that thing I was good at. What I love about UX is that I'm learning so much structure. I'm learning so much about how to structure my day. I'm learning how to be a better student, how to be more coachable, and also how to explain myself better. I'm learning how to look at the world through an empathy point of view. And if you've ever seen like any UX designers, social medias, or businesses they created themselves, a lot of them use empathy as a driving point of what they're speaking about, because that's what UX is all about, putting yourself in someone else's shoes and giving an experience from that position. So I'm so excited about this journey. I think I will do a video if you guys are interested, talking about what it's like being a UX student and giving more specifics on what I'm learning. But now that we're done with that, let's get back into this kitchen because I'm about to make the worst dinner ever. And honestly, you ever have a vision of how something is going to turn out, you feel fully capable, but you follow no type of guidelines or directions on how to execute that thing. You're just like, I feel it in my spirit, this is going to be great, so let's just go with it. So this is what happened to me in this herb roasted chicken. I just knew chop up some vegetables. I knew to make sure that I had my chicken stock and my oven bag and all of the things. I was dancing, listening to soul music, making sure my kitchen was spotless and clean once again, getting all the right seasonings, making sure I had everything it needed to have, really just being in tune with my star player on this one. And then once I was actually done seasoning the chicken, and then I looked at the chicken, I was like, where's the seasoning? But I had to see it through, my boy. So I put it in that oven bag, played with my babies for a little bit. I had even made a little appetizer because I was like, I know this chicken's going to be terrible, so let me just make something so people forget. And this was delicious. I actually made that sauce. It's an aioli. All right, the chicken is done. Let's go ahead and take a sneak peek in that bag. Oh, God. Yeah, we just start over again tomorrow.